Texas Congressman Ron Paul is considered a lone wolf on Capitol Hill. He has voted against so many big government programs that his colleagues nicknamed him Dr. No. But Paul is hardly alone in his political beliefs these days. In fact, his influence could turn Washington into a family affair.
Ron Paul, a mild-mannered grandfather from Lake Jackson, has been in Congress for 22 years. But he doesn't have kind words for politicians.
I see politicians as pretty weak people in a way because they just follow prevailing attitudes.
Paul has always followed his convictions. He believes in less government. He opposed the stimulus plan, the bank bailout, and the war in Iraq. A message now embraced by the growing Tea Party movement. Suddenly, the man on the outside looking in is in vogue. Time magazine called him the godfather of the Tea Party.
I guess what they're implying is that, did we get this thing started? We might not have control of it, and we might not own it, but maybe we helped start it.
What I say to Washington is, watch out, here we come.
Now, the congressman's son has become a darling of the Tea Party. In May, Rand Paul, an eye surgeon in Kentucky, won his very first political race, the GOP primary for a U.S. Senate seat there. His father told me of his 5 children, Rand, seen here on the left, was the most likely to end up in politics.
He was energetic and eager and showed initiative and wanted to be an organizer.
When I was 11 years old, I knocked on my first doors for my dad.
Rand Paul talked to us by satellite from Bowling Green, Kentucky.
When people would come over to the house and we would have a political discussion, even as a child, I was very comfortable in the conversation of the adults, and I guess for a while I listened, but then after a while I wanted to participate in the conversation.
But for years, he was content to be a political organizer, not a candidate, until now.
And now he is one step away from the U.S. Senate, but not without scrutiny. He took heat for expressing reservations about the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Then the Tea Party was accused of harboring racists by the NAACP. Paul told me, not true in Kentucky.
But not one person that I've met in the Tea Party movement in Kentucky has ever mentioned anything untoward about race, and I wouldn't tolerate them if they did.
The father taught the son a political philosophy that was once considered far outside the mainstream, a philosophy now gaining in popularity. So much so, Congressman Paul could end up with a son and an ally on Capitol Hill.
And the latest polls in Kentucky show Rand Paul has an 8-point lead in his race for the Senate there.